The Bible says, "And when the Lord saw that he turned aside the sea, God called him out of the midst of the bush and said, 'Moses, Moses.' And he said, 'Here am I.'" In this passage, Moses sees the Lord in the burning bush, and he has his call to the ministry. God calls Moses, and he says, "Here am I." In Genesis 22, God called to Abraham when he was about to sacrifice his son Isaac. And God calls to Abraham and says, "Abraham, Abraham," and he says, "Here am I." Abraham was ready to obey God in whatever God told him to do. In Genesis 46, God calls to Jacob and says, "Jacob, Jacob." And Jacob says, "Here am I." And God gave Jacob direction to go down to Egypt. God gives direction to Jacob in that passage. In 1 Samuel 3, the Lord calls to Samuel, and Samuel answers, "Here am I." And he gives him some judgments to declare on Eli's house. And in Isaiah 6, the Lord calls to Isaiah, and he answers and says, "Here am I, send me." Isaiah was ready to be sent for God. Whether God is calling you to the ministry, or for obedience, or direction, to declare judgments, or you're just willing to be sent, call back to God and say, "Here am I." It might be something as simple as sending somebody a verse. It might be something as simple as giving somebody a tract. But whatever it is, if God is calling you to do it, answer out and say, "Here am I, send me." Will you call out to God when he asks you to do something today and say, "Here am I"?